What's up guys, Houndish here, and today I wanted to jump in and take a look at some pretty interesting stuff in Destiny 2. Some of it is kind of hidden items in the database, and some of it pertains directly to future content we know is coming in Destiny 2. But I also wanted to share a couple of other curious things that you'll find in the database, a couple of strange things that have happened in game as well. I just wanted to point out though, this isn't a news video or anything like that. I don't want people to be kind of confused about this stuff. This video is more for those curious guardians, a little bit like me, who really enjoy taking a look at this stuff, guessing what it might be for, and just getting a peek at some of the interesting and bizarre stuff in the game. So the first thing I wanted to briefly point out are some hidden perk icons that are in Destiny's database, and these were posted to Reddit by Spiffamatic64, but we get a look at 3 different perk icons here. The top one is pretty interesting. It's very similar to some of the Hunter jump mode icons. It's also incredibly similar to the Bones of Ao intrinsic icon that was an exotic in Destiny 1. Obviously that doesn't mean that it directly relates to Bones of Ao or that they're going to come into the game, although that is one returning exotic I would personally really enjoy to see. Bones of Ao were one of my favorites for the Hunter. But there's another icon here which is the custom optics icon that's actually been updated as a Destiny 2 perk. It's also on the Patience and Time Sniper. But the final one is a Crucible icon. This is saved as an actual perk icon, but I think we do see pretty similar icons to this on, you know, some of the ghost shells, the ones that can earn you bonus XP or reputation or whatever inside of PvP. But those first two are somewhat interesting. The next thing I wanted to point out, previously I highlighted a couple of exotic intrinsic perks that you could see on DestinySets.com, but when taking a look at some of this stuff, Spiffamatic actually learned that these are exotic mods in the game. So their particular item category hash is 59, and that is what all of the mods in the game are saved under, and that's kind of technical API stuff, but they are of the exotic rarity. But the interesting thing that kind of labels them as, you know, collectible, carryable items is that they do have the lost items profile, which is actually kind of the thing that sends them to the postmaster, so items you may have missed but that were recovered by your ghost. Something that relates directly to actual content in the game though is that Mercury is listed in the API, and it's not the Altar of Flame Mercury PvP map, it's actually the explorable place Mercury. But it has the description: Sun-baked Mercury was transformed by the Traveler and the Vex. And obviously you can see the name Mercury is there as well, and this is categorized as an actual destination or place in the game, which is pretty cool. Obviously Mercury will be coming in the game in the Curse of Osiris DLC. Also interesting is that if you take a look in Destiny sets, there are the different kind of token reward systems for each of the locations, EDZ and things like that, and there is one called Planet X token reward. So Planet X actually sounds like a placeholder, and our best guess right now of course is that that would be for Mercury. The next thing I wanted to point out is actually a pretty neat ghost line which is ultra rare. I've never heard it. I don't know of a particular time or place that this would pop up. It appears to be completely random, but this was sent to me by HRay III on Twitter. Just take a listen to this.
Roar! I'm a big scary monster. Not when the ghost and his guardian are around. Oh no! You have defeated me! Ah.
So that's a really funny kind of little voice line from the ghost right there. It's really hilarious how he kind of like puts the monster's voice on and says, "You have defeated me," like that. I haven't actually come across any of the kind of funny or bizarre voice lines that you can hear inside of Destiny 2. Of course, we've heard about the ones that Saladin does in the Crucible as well. But this is a really neat kind of ultra rare voice sample for the ghost. Something else which is pretty curious is that there are 3 emblems inside of the database, one for each class in the game, that are actually different versions of the starting emblems we had back in Destiny 1. And this was sent to me by Logan Lewis on Twitter, so I appreciate that. But we have the aspect of blood for the Hunter. It is essentially the same layout to what we had in the Destiny 1 version. They have the same icons but are a kind of completely different color scheme. For the Titan you have the Officer Crest, and then for the Warlock the Rune of the Adept. That was actually one of my favorite emblems back in Destiny 1. The original version was blue and yellow. So it's pretty interesting that these are in the database. Spiffamatic on Reddit actually posted that there is some kind of reward for the Guardian's birthday in the API. So this is actually an Eververse item, and it says, "Congratulations Guardian, another year has passed since your first ghost resurrected you with the Traveler's Light. Please accept this gift from Eververse along with our thanks for your tireless defense of the city." And considering this refers to when your ghost resurrected you, as well as the fact that, you know, we had those starting emblems in Destiny 1, perhaps the emblems we've just seen could actually be the reward for this. Another thing that potentially links to this are some class specific rewards that are in Destiny's database, and these are potentially items that would be, you know, given to your character at a particular point in time. But there's the Hunter Appreciation offer, unseen and highly skilled. Hunters have scored great victories for the light. Here's some special Eververse offers to hunters in thanks. The Titan one is pretty funny. So Titans have mighty fists but tiny arms. Here's some special Eververse items to ease their pain. So that's pretty hilarious. Titans have the little T-Rex arms. But finally we have the Warlock one, weaving light into the elements. Warlocks have packed the power needed to drive back the darkness. Here are some special Eververse items for them. Thanks. So looking at these rewards right here, it does look like they have some kind of little items hidden in the game, and perhaps, you know, at a given point in time we will receive them. It's interesting that they refer to the kind of date that your Guardian was resurrected. Obviously the anniversary of that would have been roughly when D2 actually launched. I've previously pointed out that there are a whole ton of classified items actually in Destiny 2's database. They all have the description, keep it secret and keep it safe. And yet again, Spiffomatic on Reddit comes in clutch here. He's actually discovered what a few of these things will be at least. So 3 of them are for legendary class armors, which are actually hidden at the moment. That also is interesting and could pertain to class specific rewards. But there are 4 legendary mods, 4 consumables, 2 of which are common and 2 are legendary. So there are legendary consumables not actually in the game. Of course, that could be for DLC and things like that as well. There is 1 uncommon shader, but also 1 legendary kinetic weapon, which is not currently available, and it's completely hidden. And it's interesting that it's just 1, potentially makes it somewhat symbolic. And there are also 9 common emblems, which are completely disguised at the moment. So there we go, guys. Some pretty interesting stuff. I really love kind of seeing what all of these things are and trying to, you know, imagine what they could possibly be, or if we'll ever even get them. Very similar things have been discovered, you know, previously in this way, the Clarion Call XP bonus and things like that, which Bungie later confirmed would actually be kind of a mini live event happening at some point. But equally, you know, things like Prison of Elders have also appeared here, and Bungie have come out and said that's not content we're going to see in the game. So definitely take it with a pinch of salt. It's always interesting either way. If you have enjoyed this video though, guys, a like is appreciated below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit subscribe to see a lot more Destiny 2 content. Let me know any stuff in the comment section you think you'd like to see, or what you think these items could actually be. As always, I appreciate you watching the video though, guys, and I hope you have an awesome day.